I'm back, y'all. I want to talk a little bit about our aura and our thoughts. You know, our thoughts and aura, believe it or not, it's the same thing. The reason why is because when you change a particular belief about yourself, like if you felt like you were ugly, you were just a nobody, basically a nobody, and all those thoughts that's in your mind are like thought forms, and you might have developed it on your own, or these could have been things people said about you or how they perceive you, which were not true at all. And so these thoughts and these opinions of other people, you have these thoughts and these opinions all around you, almost like energy fields. Well, isn't energy fields a part of matter? Matter is, energy involves matter. Everything has a right to exist, just like your physical bodies, and that's the same thing with your thought forms. Our thoughts have a life of its own, and the only difference is a lot of people realize that they have to spend a lot of money to go to certain people to move certain energies out of this space. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it, but some of the stuff we could do on our own, moving certain energy out of our chakras. I could just say that it was a amazing spiritual awakening for me when I remove a lot of energy out of my third chakra. It was unbelievable because the healing was so powerful, and I used my quantum physics and clairvoyance technique as usual, and it was like I felt so healed that I felt uncomfortable, but I felt good. I felt good, but I felt uncomfortable. And I realized that there was somebody else and several people energy that was stuck in that third chakra. And I felt like I had more power. I felt like I could accomplish anything that I, put in my, anything that I put my mind to. I felt like I could achieve anything, and I realized that I really didn't know who I was. If you understand where I'm coming from with this. And that's what it is. That's basically what it boils down to with the aura, the chakras, and your thoughts. When you change and remove a belief and opinions that were thrown at you and that you thrown in yourself that don't benefit you as an individual, when you actually remove it and accept that this is not your belief no more, and it could be little things. Somebody might have you believing that you like cheese, but you really don't. And it was just a belief because somebody else said it, and you felt like you had to love cheese too. You'd be surprised if you also confirm to yourself, this would be the day that I would never love cheese again because I never really cared for it. You won't go back to it. You won't feel any emotions attached. And our mind has craving for certain thoughts because we so used to having it all the time. It's like you might be used to having fat bat all the time, or pork chop and bacon, and you change your diet to eat more healthy, to eat more fruit, more oatmeal, more, whole wheat grain. Of course you're going to have these battles. You're going to be tempted because your body and your mind is not used to it. But once you continue doing it, it gets easier and easier and easier. And that's when you realize that you can change anything being aware, being enlightened means being aware of what you create. When it boils down to it, you know, you're responsible for creating an experience. So change whatever emotional or thought patterns that you're having. You know, look at yourself in a new way. You know, you have to believe that every organ in your body, every cell, including your heart and your bones, are in good health and that they heal. And just picture it in your, you know, vividly in your mind. And if you were to focus on that every day, and only that, you would not even you won't get as sick as much. You probably have a less chance of catching colds. You have a less chance of probably getting cancer. You know, it's whatever odds. You know, but you got to change your belief patterns, because if you don't change what you believe in your mind, and I know y'all get sick of me saying this, you're gonna you're never gonna be in good health. You're never gonna be in good health.